What's up, guys? Kelly McKay here, aka HVAC Millionaire, right here on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, hit the like button, and leave me a comment below. Today, let's talk about how to outwork, outperform, and outlast your competition. So let's tackle outwork. How do we outwork somebody? Because there's only so many hours in a day, and some of your competitors are working hard to try to get to as many calls as they can, do as many installations as they can, get to as many sales appointments as they can. How do you beat that? Well, how you beat it is with strategy. And one of the strategies that you have to make first and foremost in your entire life is intention. So if you become intentional about each incoming phone call, intentional about looking at the customer's history before you step in the door, intentional about how you knock on the door, how you approach the customer, the things you say before when you walk into the customer's home, where you start your service call, where you end your service call, how being intentional about how you provide options for your customer to choose from, being intentional about the invoice you write, and being intentional about the follow-up after you've performed the service. So be intentional. And have a strategy. Have a strategy behind it. Having processes and strategies is how you outwork your competition, because I guarantee there's somebody in your market who's willing to work harder than you. No matter how hard you're working, and no matter what you might believe, there's somebody else out there working till you're working till 10 o'clock at night, they're working till 1 o'clock in the morning. So just know that you can't just outwork somebody without a strategy and without intention. Outperform. How do you outperform somebody? One of the things that we have to do in our business, because it's almost commoditized, like people don't understand the difference between companies. They think, I have a broken air conditioner, I've got 50 companies, 100 companies, 200 companies to choose from. And they don't see a difference in those companies, to be honest. Like, they wouldn't know any different unless you've done a really good job of positioning yourself in the market and you have some years behind you providing good service with a high reputation, and some good advertising back behind that, right? So in order to outperform somebody, you got to have all those things, and you might not have them all yet, and that's okay. If you're doing the first part, you're outworking people, then you'll get there. You'll get to where you can outperform even the top dog in your region. So outperforming means beating like what they're doing, like have a higher average ticket, have a better sales process, have a better client experience than they have, which kind of goes back to intention and strategy, but it's a little bit different. So just think about that. How can I outperform people? One of the ways is just to get super efficient. How could you make your installs go so much more efficiently? How could you have a process that just blows your customer's mind on the installation process? So think about those things. And then we got to outlast. Well, if you do the first two, then the third one becomes easy, because we are fighting for leadership. We are fighting for A players in the industry. We're fighting for people who know what they're doing, and they just don't. It's not that they just know what they're doing. They're also have great attitudes, and they're continuing to learn and expand themselves. And these are the future leaders. Like, these are the people that will eventually leave your company and go start a business on their own. We want those people on our team, and then we want to figure out how can we make them happy? How can we continually to expand and challenge and push them to be better, even when they're really good? So if you're going to outlast somebody, of course you want those people on your team, but it all starts with you. Like, if you're not doing those things yourself, expanding your knowledge, continuing to learn and grow as a person, that's what grows businesses. You've got to expand your knowledge. You've got to grow as a person, emotionally, intellectually, physically, continuing to push and challenge your own self, because that's who people would rather work for. I personally, I'm an A player. If I'm going to go to work for somebody, I want to work for another A player, somebody who gets stuff done, somebody who cares, somebody who does more than just what's asked of them. That's who I want to work with. So if you want people like that to come work for you, then you're a reflection of the people who are going to come work for you. So are you doing those things? You know, are you expanding yourself? If you're not going to attract those people. If you can't govern yourself, how can you expect to be able to govern other people? So you got to have control, emotional control, physical control, you know, mind control over yourself, if you're going to help lead other people. So be sure to work on those things. If you want to outwork, outperform, and outlast your competition, this is what it's going to take. And it's a journey of constant, never-ending improvement, which I shared on the last video. It's one of my mantras. It's a lifelong mantra. I'll never change it. I may add something, add a couple more to it before I'm over here on this earth. But for now, that's a good one. So you're welcome to steal it and use it for yourself. Constant, never-ending improvement. I learned about that through Tony Robbins. He calls it CANI, C-A-N-I, and it's huge. It's what has created a better life for myself and my family. So hope you'll take this to heart and use it so you can go make money.